Ever felt like the world doesn't see you? Like your words get lost, your voice gets buried? You try to speak English, but they talk fast and you're invisible again. You know the grammar, but your heart says, I'm not good enough. But what if one story? Could you give your English a voice? And not just words, but courage? Forget what they told you. They said memorize, repeat, learn the rules. But rules didn't help that boy in London. When he opened that letter, his life changed, and so can yours. Because English isn't just a language, it's a lifeline. And if you've ever felt alone in learning, this story was written for you. He had no money, no family, just a name, and a past he didn't know. But one stranger believed in him, and what happens next will shock you, teach you, and maybe heal something inside you. While you follow his journey, you're not just watching. You're learning how to speak, how to feel, how to connect. You'll hear English that makes sense, not classroom noise. You'll remember words without effort, because they'll mean something. You'll speak without fear, because this story lives inside you. Imagine this, you're in a new city. You ask for directions, and they understand you. You watch a movie, and you feel every word. You speak, and people listen. Not because you're perfect, but because you're real. That's what this story does. It takes your fear and replaces it with feeling. And when that happens, English becomes yours. So don't scroll. Don't quit. Click, watch, feel, learn. Because this boy's story is your story too. And if you've been waiting for a sign to finally break through English, this is it. Now hit play and let's begin. Imagine 3 people, each on their own path. A child, a mother, a stranger. They walk alone. But what if, just once, those 3 paths crossed? What if 3 became one? This is a story of love, mystery, and connection, told in the simplest words, but carrying the deepest truth. And maybe, by the end, you'll realize something powerful. Sometimes, we meet people not by accident, but by purpose. And when we do, we change. Lesson 1. It was winter in London. Not the kind that brings snowflakes and joy, but the kind that makes your fingers hurt and your breath heavy. On a narrow street near the old market, a boy stood under a broken street light. His coat was too thin. His shoes had holes. But his eyes, they were wide, watchful, and full of something most people had lost. Hope. Lesson 2. The boy's name was Leo. He was 8. He didn't speak much. He didn't have many friends. He didn't know where his father had gone, and his mother, well, she hadn't smiled in weeks. Leo watched people every day. The man who sold flowers, the woman with too many bags, the man in the dark coat who always passed but never stopped. Leo called him the Shadow because he came and went, just like one. Lesson 3. Leo's mother worked at the bakery. Long hours, little pay. Her name was Marie, and she was only 27, but her back already hurt like she was old. Every morning, she kissed Leo's forehead and whispered, "Be good. Be safe." And every night she returned with tired eyes, whispering, "Maybe next week things will change." Lesson 4. But things didn't change. Not until the morning did the letter come. It wasn't in an envelope. It wasn't sent through the post. It was just there, on their doorstep, folded neatly, tied with a piece of string. Marie opened it slowly. It said, 3 and 1 are 1. Come to the gate at sunset. Bring only your truth. No name, no signature. Just that. Lesson 5. Marie thought it was a joke. Leo, however, felt something stir. "What gate?" he asked. "The old stone one, near the church?" Marie didn't answer. She looked out the window, heart pounding. That gate. It had a story, one her father used to tell. Go there when you're lost, he'd say. Sometimes answers wait where the world forgets to look. Lesson 6. They went. Together. Marie held Leo's hand tightly. The sun was falling, the sky painted orange and gray. When they reached the gate, it was empty. Silent, almost forgotten. Until the shadow stepped from behind a tree. Not a shadow anymore. A man. Tall. Still, but not cold. His eyes were kind. You came, he said. Lesson 7. Marie stepped back. Who are you? She asked. The man smiled softly. You already know, he said. Leo looked up. You're the one from the street, he whispered. The man nodded. I've watched, not to harm, but to see, to wait. He took something from his coat, another letter. For you, he said, handing it to Marie. Her hands shook as she took it. Lesson 8. Inside the letter was a photo, a black and white picture. A woman, a baby, a man. Marie gasped. This is my mother, she said. The man nodded again. And that child is you. Leo stepped closer. So, who's the man? Marie asked. The man looked at her and said, Me. Lesson 9. The silence was heavy, like a wall. Marie fell to her knees. You left, she whispered. You disappeared. The man looked away. I was young, scared, and wrong, he said. But I watched. I stayed nearby. I couldn't fix the past. But maybe I could protect the present. Lesson 10. Leo looked between them. So, you're my grandfather? The man nodded. I am. He pulled something else from his pocket. A toy lion, small, wooden, with a name carved on the bottom. Leo. I made it when you were born, he said. But I never had the courage to give it. Lesson 11. Marie took the toy gently. Her hands were shaking. Leo touched it, his eyes wide. Why now? Marie asked. Why come back? The man answered slowly. Because time doesn't wait. Because I saw your strength. Because I believe that 3 can become 1. A mother, a son, a father. United, even after years. Lesson 12. They sat by the gate until the stars came out. They talked. About the past, the mistakes, the lost years. But also about healing. About trying. About building something, even from broken parts. It's not too late, the man said. If you'll let me. Lesson 13. Weeks passed. He came for dinner, helped with Leo's homework, told stories from long ago. Marie stayed quiet at first, but slowly the ice cracked, and something warm began to grow. Not fast, not perfect, but real. Lesson 14. Leo's school had a special day, Family Day. He stood in front of the class and said, Families are like puzzles. Sometimes pieces get lost, but if you wait and look hard enough, you find them. And when they come back, the picture is even more beautiful. His teacher wiped a tear. Lesson 15. Now you know the story of 3, a boy, a mother, and a man with a past. Alone, they were broken. Together, they were whole. 3 and 1 are 1. And maybe that's the lesson. No matter how lost we are, how far we've gone, how broken we feel, we can always begin again. So if you're learning English today, if you're learning to speak, if you're learning to be strong, remember this. Every sentence you say is a piece of your puzzle. Every word is a bridge to someone else. And maybe, just maybe, someone out there is waiting for your story. Speak it, live it, share it, because you matter. And sometimes, 3 and 1 are 1.
If you loved this video and want to improve your English faster, do these 3 things right now. 1. Hit that subscribe button, because I drop powerful English lessons like this every week. 2. Smash the like button, So, YouTube knows this video helped you. 3. Share with friends, because everyone deserves to speak English confidently. On the Control English, you get the world's simplest English tricks. Tap the bell icon to never miss a new lesson. Today's challenge: share this video with 2 friends and tell them, "This channel will change your English game." Thank you. Keep learning. Keep growing.